You've paid into Social Security your entire working life, but how much do you really know about how it works? It's one of those things most Americans think they understand, until it's time to actually use it. Social Security affects nearly every working adult in the United States, yet so many people are confused about how it's calculated, when to take it, and what happens if you delay, retire early, or keep working after retirement. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the Social Security program, how it functions, who's eligible, and what strategies you can use to maximize your benefits. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is Social Security? Social Security is a government-run insurance program that pays monthly benefits to retirees, disabled individuals, and families of deceased workers. It was signed into law in 1935 by President Franklin D. Roosevelt as part of his New Deal reforms, to help the country recover from the Great Depression. The idea was simple but revolutionary: create a safety net for working Americans, ensuring that no one would face old age or disability without some form of income. What started as a retirement program has now grown to cover survivors, dependents, and the disabled, making it one of the most far-reaching public benefit programs in the world. So how is it funded? The money that fuels Social Security doesn't come from some magic pot, it comes directly from the paychecks of American workers. Every time you get paid, you'll notice a deduction labeled FICA on your pay stub. That stands for the Federal Insurance Contributions Act, and it includes taxes that fund both Social Security and Medicare. Currently, 6.2% of your earnings go towards Social Security, and your employer matches that amount. If you're self-employed, you pay both portions yourself, so that's 12.4%. But there's a cap on how much of your income is taxed. As of 2025, only the first $168,600 of your annual earnings are subject to Social Security tax. Now, let's talk about eligibility. Not everyone qualifies for Social Security benefits, and it's not automatic. To qualify, you must earn what are called credits. You earn up to 4 credits per year, and for 2025, you need to earn $1,730 to get 1 credit. So, if you make at least $6,920 in a year, you'll get the full 4 credits. Most people need 40 credits, or roughly 10 years of work, to qualify for retirement benefits. And remember, these don't have to be consecutive years. You can work 5 years in your 20s, take time off, and then work again later in life. As long as you accumulate those 40 credits at some point, your IN. So how much will you actually receive? This is where things get more personalized. Your benefit amount depends on your lifetime earnings, adjusted for inflation. The Social Security Administration uses a formula based on your 35 highest earning years. If you don't have 35 years of earnings, zeros will be averaged in, which can lower your benefit amount. That's why it's a good idea to work at least 35 years if possible. It can boost your check, but here's where things really get interesting. Your benefit amount also depends on when you start claiming it. You can start collecting Social Security as early as age 62, but doing so comes with a trade-off. Your benefits will be permanently reduced if you claim early. For example, if your full retirement age is 67 and you start taking benefits at 62, you'll receive about 70% of your full benefit. That's a 30% reduction, for life. On the flip side, if you wait beyond your full retirement age, your benefits increase. For each year you delay, up until age 70, your benefits grow by about 8% per year. So, waiting until 70 could mean a 24% higher monthly benefit than at 67, and over 75% higher than if you took them at 62. But when's the best time to claim? It depends on your health, your financial needs, your marital status, and your life expectancy. If you need the money earlier or don't expect to live into your 80s, claiming early may make sense. If you're healthy and have other income sources, delaying could give you a bigger cushion later in life. There's no one-size-fits-all answer, but understanding how timing affects your benefit is crucial to retirement planning. Now, let's talk about spousal and survivor benefits, which are often overlooked but incredibly important. If you're married, even if you never worked a day in your life, you may be eligible for Social Security based on your spouse's earnings record. As a spouse, you can receive up to 50% of your partner's full retirement benefit, assuming you claim at your full retirement age. If you claim early, you'll receive less. This is especially helpful in households where one spouse earns significantly more than the other, and if your spouse passes away, survivor benefits kick in. These benefits can be up to 100% of what your deceased spouse was receiving, depending on your age and when you claim. Even divorced spouses can qualify if the marriage lasted at least 10 years and the applicant is currently unmarried. This provides a critical layer of support, especially for older women, who often live longer and may have taken time off work to care for family. Now, what happens if you keep working while collecting Social Security? That depends on your age. If you're under full retirement age and earn more than the annual earnings limit, which is $22,320 in 2025, your benefits may be temporarily reduced. For every $2 you earn above the limit, $1 is withheld from your benefits. But here's the good news. Once you reach full retirement age, the Social Security Administration recalculates your benefits to give you credit for the months when payments were withheld. After your full retirement age, there's no limit to how much you can earn while receiving benefits. Let's take a moment to address a common concern. Will Social Security be there when I retire? This is a topic that gets a lot of attention, and sometimes a lot of misinformation. According to the latest projections, the Social Security Trust Fund will be depleted around 2034. But that doesn't mean the program will run out of money. It means that the trust fund reserves will be gone, and the program will rely entirely on current payroll taxes. Even then, Social Security is expected to be able to pay about 80% of promised benefits unless Congress acts to fix the funding gap. Potential fixes include raising the payroll tax rate, increasing the income cap, adjusting the retirement age, or modifying benefit formulas. These changes are politically difficult, but lawmakers have time to act, and historically, Social Security reforms have been passed with bipartisan support. Now, let's shift gears to how taxes affect your Social Security benefits. Many people are surprised to learn that Social Security income can be taxable. If you have other sources of income in retirement, such as a pension, 401k, IRA withdrawals, or even part-time work, you might owe taxes on part of your Social Security benefits. The IRS uses something called combined income, which includes your adjusted gross income, non-taxable interest, and half of your Social Security benefits. If your combined income is above $25,000 for single filers or $32,000 for married couples filing jointly, you may owe federal income tax on up to 85% of your Social Security benefits. These thresholds haven't been updated in decades, so more and more retirees are getting taxed. It's a good idea to talk to a tax advisor or use a withholding form to plan ahead. You might be wondering, what about Medicare? How does that tie into Social Security? Well, when you turn 65, you become eligible for Medicare, the federal health insurance program for seniors. If you're already receiving Social Security benefits at that time, you'll be automatically enrolled in Medicare Parts A and B. Premiums for Part B are typically deducted from your Social Security check each month. That's why many people see a smaller net benefit amount than expected. Keep in mind that if your income is above a certain level, you may pay higher premiums for Medicare Parts B and D. This is known as IRMAA, or the Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. What if you're disabled and can't work before reaching retirement age? That's where Social Security Disability Insurance, or SSDI, comes in. SSDI is available to people who have a qualifying work history and meet the Social Security Administration's strict definition of disability. Unlike temporary disability programs or workers' comp, SSDI is long-term and is meant for people who are unable to engage in substantial work due to a medical condition expected to last at least 1 year or result in death. The application process can be lengthy and may require documentation, interviews, and even appeals. But once approved, recipients get monthly benefits and are eventually transitioned to standard retirement benefits when they reach full retirement age. There's also a benefit for low-income seniors called Supplemental Security Income, or SSI. This is different from regular Social Security and is funded through general tax revenues, not the Social Security Trust Fund. SSI helps people aged 65 and older, or those who are blind or disabled, who have very limited income and resources. You can receive SSI even if you never worked or paid into Social Security, but the income and asset limits are strict. Many people qualify for both SSI and regular Social Security and receive a combined payment. Let's talk briefly about how to apply for benefits. You can apply online through the Social Security Administration's website, which is fast, secure, and user-friendly. You can also apply by phone or in person at a local office. It's generally recommended to apply about 3 months before you want your benefits to begin. You'll need some basic documents: your Social Security number, birth certificate, proof of citizenship or lawful immigration status, your W-2s or self-employment tax returns, and information about any military service or federal employment. Once you start receiving benefits, you'll get paid monthly, usually on the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th Wednesday of each month, depending on your birth date. You can have your payment deposited directly into your bank account, or onto a prepaid debit card if you prefer. One last piece of advice: set up your online account at ssa.gov. This free tool lets you view your earnings history, estimate future benefits, and catch any errors in your record. It's one of the most powerful tools you can use for retirement planning. To sum it all up, Social Security is a vital program that provides monthly income to retirees, disabled individuals, and survivors. The amount you receive depends on your earnings history, when you claim, and how long you worked. Understanding the rules, and how they apply to your situation, can help you make smarter decisions that affect the rest of your life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more pension and retirement content, and leave a comment below with your questions or experiences. We love hearing from our community, and we're here to help you make retirement a little less stressful and a lot more informed.